Welcome students. Now we will start our first reaction, that is E2 mechanism. So consider the following 1,2 elimination reaction. So 2-bromopropane on reaction with sodium methoxide gives propene as a product, and these are the byproducts of the reaction. So here the kinetic shows that rate is directly proportional to the concentration of 2-bromopropane and the concentration of sodium methoxide. So the rate is equal to K2 and the concentration of 2-bromopropane into concentration of sodium methoxide. So therefore this is bimolecular reaction. Now Hughes and Ingold have suggested the mechanism for E2. So they suggested this mechanism. First, the leaving group, that is X, goes with the bonding electron pair and beta hydrogen leaves its bonding electron pair to form carbon-carbon double bond. This is transition state of the reaction, and this gives alkene as a product. In transition state, two bonds are broken, that is C alpha X bond and C beta H bond are broken and new carbon-carbon double bond forms. So the question is, where does the energy come for to breaking of these bonds? So the answer is very simple. So there is a formation of bond between base and hydrogen, as well as there is a formation of pi bond, C alpha and C beta pi bond. So energy come from this bond formation process. So therefore this is transition state of the mechanism, and all these steps are occur in single step. Therefore even mechanism is one step process. There is no any intermediates for during the process. Now evidences for E2 mechanism. There are three evidences for this mechanism: kinetic isotopic effect, the element effect, and the absence of hydrogen exchange. So first is the kinetic isotopic effect. So what is meant by kinetic isotopic effect? So if the rate of reaction is changed due to the replacement of some atom in the molecule by its isotope, is known as kinetic isotopic effect, and this effect is usually used as an important evidence for the E2 mechanism. So here we will consider the following two reactions to study the kinetic isotopic effect. First, compound A, that is 2-phenyl ethyl bromide on reaction with sodium methoxide. Suppose the rate of this reaction is considered as Kh. It gives styrene as a product and gives these byproducts. And similarly, the other reaction is carried out under identical condition. The only difference is beta hydrogens are replaced by its isotope deuterium, and the rate of this reaction is supposed to be Kd, and this gives this deuterated styrene as a product. So this is B substrate. Okay, now the two reactions were carried out under identical conditions, except that all beta hydrogens are replaced by deuterium in compound B. So when the rate constant were determined, it was observed that the Kh by Kd ratio was very close to 7. That means the compound A reacts 7 times faster than compound B, which contains deuterium in place of hydrogens. We can also say that from these observations, the breaking of CH bond is 7 times faster than the breaking of CD bond, because CD bond is stronger than CH bond and requires high energy of activation. So therefore it is clearly indicates that in E2 mechanism or E2 elimination, breaking of C beta H bond must occur in the slow step. If this bond breaking take place in fast step, then there will be no change in the kinetics. As there is a change in the rate of reaction, this clearly indicates that breaking of C beta H bond take place in slow step, that is rate determining step. Second evidence is the element effect, that is the nature of leaving group. So as the leaving group departs in the rate determining step of E2, changing the leaving group should change the E2 rate. If we change the leaving group, there should be a change in the rate of reaction if this bond, that is C alpha X bond, take place in rate determining step. So let's consider this reaction to study the relative rate of E2 reaction. So here we will change this X. All other conditions for the reaction are same except X. Suppose X is fluorine, so relative rate of this E2 reaction is 1. If we change fluorine by a chlorine atom, then the rate of reaction is 70. That means when chlorine atom is present, this substrate reacts 70 times faster than when it contains fluorine atom. Similarly, when bromine is there, then the rate of reaction is again changed. It increases to 4 into 10 raised to 3 times. And when iodine is there, then the rate of reaction is found to be 2.5 into 10 raised to 4. That means we can say that as the leaving group changes, rate of reaction changes. So leaving group ability is in the order I minus is very good leaving group, then Br minus, then Cl, and then F minus is very low ability. So the relative rate of E2 elimination are also in the same order. This proves that C alpha X bond breaks in the rate determining step. This is the element effect. And third important evidence is absence of hydrogen exchange. Suppose the reaction of 2-phenyl ethyl bromide with sodium ethoxide is arrested at when half of the reaction is take place, and if we consider it gives a carbanion as an intermediate, then the first product is supposed to be elimination product. So carbanion, the negative charge form carbon-carbon double bond, and then leaving group departs. So this is our normal elimination product is formed. And if we consider that after arresting the reaction, if carbanion is an intermediate, then if we are using the solvent, that is deuterated solvent ETOD, then there should be a formation of this deuterated product, which is a recovery of starting material. Only the difference is hydrogen is replaced by deuterium. Okay, but unfortunately this product is not formed in the reaction when we arrested the reaction at 50%. So deuterated starting material is not observed. We get only elimination product. So this clearly indicates that reaction is a single step process. It does not involve any kind of intermediate, and all steps, that is breaking of C alpha X bond, C beta H bond, and formation of carbon-carbon double bond take place in a single step. So these are the evidences for E2 mechanism. Thank you.